Hey guys, welcome back to the Wild Dog Project 365, episode 419. I'm here with Ethan from Peanut, right? And he's we got these double-balled rollers here. Today what we're doing, instead of doing a specific mobility technique, instead of doing a specific mobility, we're talking about mobility technique and kind of disbanding some of the myths of double-balled rollers, right?
Anytime you see a double-ball roller, most people will think, oh, that's for your spine. And well, yeah, sure it is. It is for your spine. And a lot of times people will think that they have to use both spheres all the time. So what we're here today to do is show you a couple of different things that you can do with
When
just
you say
using
spheres, talking about the two balls, he gets all fancy.
All right, so let's say we're gonna get the lat, right? I call this unisphering, all right? Meaning I'm using one sphere, but this ball is able to be exposed. It's okay that it's off the ground, and this allows me to be able to grab it. I can do things like,
Right, because a lot of times people think that, okay, I got a two-ball roller, the only way that it works, or any type, even if it's quadra ball roller,
Right,
roller,
yep.
I have to, the roller only works when it's like this, right? They're like, oh man, it can't be up like that, right?
Right, they'll get almost like anxious when this happens, and they like, I can't roll, I can't do it, and so they'll end up coming down, and now they're not hitting the right spot. So that would be a unisphere situation, where a monosphere would be more using one sphere again, but the other one's behind you, and you can't grab it. So this allows you, it's kind of like a supporter. If this is too intense, you can lean back a little, and now you've got that other sphere, which is on the ground at this particular point. But coming back to that unisphere, when it's up on the ground here, this allows for you to not fall off. Like if you just had one ball, it could squirt out, kind of roll away from you. This kind of keeps it in place from rolling away, and then it has the added benefit of being able to kind of pull. You can slide across, kind of pull that fascial netting, and just manipulate the tissue.
So it's almost like using like a lollipop, almost, right? Like
Right.
a single ball with a lollipop. See, what I really like about this is the idea of not being afraid of the ball coming up, because again, it's still a ball, right? It's still
Right.
You're still able to use that part of the mobility device. So when Ethan was kind of coming up onto his lat, what I see doing, if I replicate it with my hand as well, he comes up like that. You could see that I can still mobilize this tissue. See, I still like being able to get some nice tissue shear, nice tissue torque on my hand, and that same thing is happening to his lat as he goes ahead and moves that around right there. So you're able to stay on a specific area, tenderness, tightness, knottiness, right?
Knottiness,
but you're not moving, and you can kind of really focus and still get tissue shear without coming off that point. And I think that's really cool to kind of get away from that. Let's show it on the calf.
Yeah,
as well.
you can also use it to your advantage in the sense of if you're using one sphere, you can kind of use one sphere to kind of grab and pull. Now I've pinned the tissue up against that tibia, so there's more pressure in that tender spot. So if I was to try to just roll that spot, I have to kind of find a weird angle, but now I can just kind of grab, pull, pop it up, and now I can roll.
Right,
so
exactly.
it's actually a much better roll by doing that.
Yeah, I got you. And then again, still too, as you can kind of see, if you were to move that around, we're still getting tissue movement and nothing else is moving. And again,
No, don't stop, Tim. That felt great.
Again, so we're able to use the roller, but it doesn't have to be both wheels down, so
Correct.
to speak, right?
Correct.
We can kind of come up on one side.
And another thing with a double roller you can do is you can put it up and down. I call it stratosphere because the stratosphere is up. But besides using a stick or someone else's finger, you really can't get into the armpit. But with a double ball roller, you can. You can kind of get way back in there, lean into it, and get maybe the
Right.
neck, kind of do some mobilization of the neck.
So we kind of get in there like that.
Correct.
Cool.
So a sphere is round, right? So
Sphere's round.
you can use this part of the sphere as well. You don't just have to use this, and you don't have to use them both at the same time.
I got you. So if we're disbanding two myths here, they don't have to be two wheels down for traction. We can actually use one ball at a time, allow it to come up like that, and we can even use the ends.
Exactly.
And that's one of the things that we forget about too. So don't be afraid to use a double ball roller like this as well too, because again, they're all functioning parts, right?
Absolutely.
Cool. Ethan, I thank you guys so much. I
Thank you.
appreciate everything for jumping on and doing all that stuff. Guys,
Absolutely.
until tomorrow, we are optimizing function to optimize performance.